Good morning and happy day 4, December 4th of our Joy of Stitching box. And this one is so cute. I have to tell you, I have been making these since 1993. So that may date me just a little bit, but it's okay. But today, let's unbox and see what you got. All right, we got this little puff pillow right here, day 4. I'm going to open it up. Let's see. What does it say? Really packed in there tight. It says a little sparkle for your sewing heart. Enamel and rhinestone pin adds a touch of joy to your sweater, sewing project, apron, bag, retreat lanyard. We celebrate a maker's life where creativity is cherished and handmade is always in style. Here's a sweet reminder of what we do. Now, yes, it's a beautiful pin, right? Look how pretty that is. But that's only a portion of what we're going to do with it. You're going to say, well, Amy, I don't wear pins. Of course you wear pins. They're back in style. Look how cute this is. Look at this folded Christmas tree. Now this can be the background for your pin, from your coat, your sweater, wherever you want to, however you want to wear it, or this can be a napkin. And I'm going to show you how to make this easy double folded hem technique, right, without a serger. Now we all can roll hem on our sergers, right? Maybe you can't. we need to try. But look how cute. So I'm going to put this on. But maybe I'm not going to put it on because I got to. Look how pretty that is. So it's not just a pin, you've added another layer, but it's all about teaching you how to do this beautiful double folded red rolled hem without using that rolled hem foot. I don't know if you've ever tried to do that, but that thing scares me. And if you don't have a serger, I usually whip these up doing a just a roll hem on my serger on the outside, right? But some of us may not have one. But this is a good technique to know because hemming a prom gown, hemming a fine thin fabric, if you want to make scarves, if you want to do something, it's a technique you need to know. So I'm starting out with, so grab your favorite pot lid. This happens to be 9 inches, which is this finished size right here. You know, that's a wearable size. I'm going to cut the same size an easy tearaway stabilizer, right? If you don't have any kind of easy tearaway stabilizer, sometimes tissue paper works. Like computer paper is a little heavy, but it may work. Parchment paper may work. Freezer paper, anything along those lines that's going to be easy to tear is going to work. So how this happens, doesn't matter if this is a 9-inch circle, my napkins are 18-inch circles, okay? And every year I put them on the plate. My family takes them off the plate and asks for a paper towel. That's how my family rolls. So with your fabric facing right side up, I just laid my circle stabilizer. Now realizing it doesn't have to be a circle. This whole chunk can be missing. I just need something on this outside edge, and I need it to be the same size as my outside edge. So I'm just going to go to my sewing machine, move the iron so I don't burn myself. I have my machine set up for 1/4 inch in matching thread. You're going to stitch all the way around. Now, what is this fabric? What is this circle? This circle is all bias, right? So the stabilizer keeps it from stretching. Just use your clips to keep all your pieces together. I'm going to stitch all the way around. Try to be consistent with your seam allowance. And then when I get to the end, if you get a little buckle in your paper, no worries, backstitch. Okay, so now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a snip, right, almost to my stitching line, because I want this fabric to be able to relax as it goes around the bend. Gonna make this really quick here. All right, there we go. So this excess bulk in here, I do not need. So you can just take this. Don't want to cut my fabric. And I only need about 1 inch of it. And even that's overkill, but sometimes it's easier to manage. If you make it too small, it's really hard to deal with. So basically we're making a fabric and paper donut, or I should say a wreath at this point, right? And that's what we're going to do. That's all you have to do. Now I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to roll it, and it's going to look like a little bonnet hat. And I'm just going to flip it to the back side. Let me raise this up just a little bit. There we go. Okay, and you can see what's happening. It's going to roll. It rolls it to the inside. And I'm going to just kind of take my fingers and roll it back and forth. So I want to get the same width all the way around. Now this takes a little bit of fiddling, right? Because we got to make sure we catch that raw edge that's in there. And so you're going to make a bunch of these, and you're going to go the iron and iron a bunch and then top stitch a bunch. So I'm just going to go to my iron. Just kind of tilt it so you can see here. And the fact that that's on the bias, right? I'm just going to press it. And I'm going to work my way around, tucking in that raw edge towards this outside edge of my little tree circle. Get my fingers in there and make sure that raw edge is tucked to the outside. I'm just going to keep rolling it with my fingers and the size of my. So you're going to do this all the way around. So this is what it looks like this, right? And now here is where the magic happens, is with our sewing machine. Again, just a straight stitch, nothing fancy, nothing fancy. Let me get it, maybe so you can see better. Maybe not. Ooh, that's not good. You don't want to see that angle. Hold on. That's a little better. So I'm going to put this under my presser foot, and I'm going to stitch, not on the paper, just on the green. And if you have to move your needle, find a comfortable spot. And I'm just going to stitch this all the way around. Again, right next to the paper, not on the paper. And I just keep going to kind of make sure I'm rolling it and making sure it's just right as I'm stitching around. And again, this technique works for all fabrics. This just happens to be cotton. Oops. Pay attention, Amy. So you're going to do this all the way around. So this is what it looks like. Here it is stitched. Now, when I'm done, all I have to do is remove that paper, and I have a beautiful double folded, perfectly top stitched, hemmed circle. How's that? That is so awesome. It's one of my favorite techniques to do. It's easy, right? Let me unplug my machine here for a second. Now I'm going to show you how to fold them into trees. Whether you are doing this as a napkin, or you want to make the beautiful ornament for your for your Christmas outfit, that's what you're going to do. I'm just going to show you. So this is what it looks like. You're going to fold it in half and you're going to match these edges, the raw edges. And this is why I love this technique, because it's so perfect. Now this also works, again, with the rolled hem of your serger. We're going to fold it down, just like we were kids. We're going to make a fan, back, front. And there it is. You just want to take the time to make sure that all those edges are even. I'll do it again. In about, well, this is half, so I'm going to say less than a quarter, a fifth, maybe. Back, forward, back. As many as you want to get as many layers as you want. It's harder doing this on camera than it is in person. All right. Let me not think about it. Just a little bit in, back, forth, and there you go. Now realizing it'll be hemmed and this will fall through, and then you're just going to take your pin, place your pin on there, place on your garment, and you've made the coolest, easiest way to hem anything. If it's a straight line, use a straight piece of stabilizer. If it is a curved line, use the curved part of the stabilizer. Try to match the arc or the circle as much as possible. And if you don't have, let's say you're hemming a skirt, which is ginormous, right? Then just tear this into thin strips and just keep layering the strips until it kind of makes that same size. That's all there is to it. So day 4, this beautiful pin has now turned into a very wearable piece from your coat, your scarf, maybe put it on a package as a gift, hang it on your tree, whatever makes you happy. All right, everybody, I will see you tomorrow for day 5. So get busy. We got more stuff to do. Oh, we got 20 more days to go. Remember, 25 is a surprise. See you on day 5, everybody.